to the hollers and the hills, big buildings all around. You can see my home where I live. Come and meet me.
Hi guys, this is David Stalans from Raw Hunting. I'm supposed to do an introductory video, answer some questions, let you all get to know a little bit about it. Question number 1, what is your most memorable hunt? That would probably be whenever 2 years ago when I shot the 8-point, but my truck had broke down while I was going into the fence, so I had to hike about 200 yards to my tree stand, which was up a ridge. And as soon as I got up there, it was starting to break day, and I had a little 4-point come out, and I passed. Then the 8-point come out just right after him, and I probably wasn't in the woods 25 minutes. So I had fun on that trip. What is your favorite animal to hunt? Well, of course, that's going to be a white-tailed deer. I've been hunting since I was 13 years old. That's all I've ever really hunted, that and turkey, but a white-tailed deer. What is your favorite wild meat to eat? That would be deer as well. I enjoy some deer jerky and deer chili, probably my favorites out of everything. Question number 4, have you ever had something scare you while in the woods before or after daylight? Yes. To be honest, I get scared walking in the woods when I'm by myself. I start hearing things, even things that ain't even there. I start hearing. I've also had some coyotes pretty close to us whenever you're climbing down out of a tree stand at dark. So yeah, not that fun, but I have a good time anyways. Number 5, what is your preferred type of tree stand to use? Well, I prefer a climber, and particularly the brands that I like to use is been Summit here for the past few years. They make really good equipment, and if I have to buy another, it'll be a Summit. How old were you on your first hunting trip? Well, I was 13 years old, and I don't remember a whole lot about it, but I remember I killed a little button buck. I was tickled to death just because I even seen deer. Do you ever have trouble getting up to go hunting? Well, sometimes, but it's not as hard to get up going hunting as it is to try to go to work in the mornings. What is the worst mistake you have ever made on a hunting trip? I'd say probably when we left. We was camping up there in Fort Campbell in a tent. It was snowing and raining all day, and we left the tent door open, and our whole entire tent, clothes, everything was soaked and froze. We just packed up and went home. We had a good trip, enjoyed spending time with the buddies, but that was probably one of the worst mistakes we ever made. After that, we started using a camper more. What is the funniest thing you have ever seen while hunting? Well, we have a really good time on our trips. I can't particularly pinpoint one funny thing over the other, but I think the funniest things is when me and our group get together and we laugh, joke, have a good time. I mean, just the jokes in the deer camp, probably the funniest thing there. What advice do you have for anyone interested in starting to hunt or a new beginner? Well, when you're starting to hunt, don't buy the best equipment out there. Don't go cheap, but don't buy the best. Just enjoy hunting. Enjoy getting out there in the woods, sitting in a tree, watching nature. That's what hunting's about. And if you get to harvest an animal, that's even better. But just being out there, enjoying nature, that's the whole reason why I do this. What do you like most about hunting? Being outdoors. I love sitting in a tree by myself, those cold, crisp mornings. You know, gives you a lot of time to think, a lot of time to be by yourself, and that's probably what enjoy most about it. What is your favorite deer hunting bow or rifle? Well, right now, I would say I would like to shoot a bow more. Now I've got a redhead toxic bow that I bought used for $200, and I bought it from a buddy, and it's been a good little bow. I've shot several deer with it. Um, I didn't have to spend the most money for it. It turned out to be a good bow, and that's one thing, you don't have to spend a ton of money to get out here and enjoy something and go hunting and be successful. What is your favorite hunting trip? It's probably when me and my friends, we go out to Fort Campbell, Kentucky. It's usually 3 or 4 of us. I can't say particularly one hunting trip, but I think the time that me and my buddy, we both went out, and it was the last morning up in Fort Campbell, Kentucky, and we both harvested 2 decent bucks, a 5-point and a 6-point, in the very same morning. Probably wasn't 30 minutes from each other. That was probably my favorite hunting trip. What would you say is the best thing about being a hunter? That would be getting to be out in nature and learning a skill that I could use to provide for me and provide for my family if needed. Not just as a sport, but as in life in general. It teaches you the values of nature. It teaches you about animals, and what happens if we ever run out of food? You can go out and fish and hunt and provide for your own and for your family. Who took you on your first hunting trip? That would be my brother-in-law, Brad Presley. He took us on our first hunting trip, and I believe it was up at Chuck Swan on a juvenile hunt when I was 13 years old. What was the first animal you hunted? That would be a white-tailed deer. The first animal I hunted and shot was a little 33-pound button buck. I was 13-year-old, tickled to death. What are your recommendations for a new hunter to get started that's on a budget? Well, that would be shop around, look for used deals. Don't just buy it because you see it in a commercial. Really read the reviews about it and go test something out yourself. If you like a call, for instance, I've got a Flextone call. I bought it at Walmart. Probably didn't cost me $10, $15. It works fine. I didn't need nothing fancy. I just needed something functional. And there's plenty of good stuff that Walmart does sell. But if you're wanting to get started and you're on a budget, look at the used sections at places. See if you can't find some used bows online. Ask people, see if they don't got any equipment that they might lend you. You don't have to spend hundreds to thousands of dollars to get out here and enjoy this time out in the woods and hunt deer and be successful. I'm not rich by no means. I bought a lot of my stuff being used and, discounted, and I've been very successful, and I'm very happy to hunt with what I have. And the last question I got for the day is, do you prefer to hunt alone or with friends and family? Well, I prefer to hunt with my friends and family. I think there is no better time than to get out there with your friends and your family, and you all enjoy this time together. And I think it makes hunting trips and just in general makes everything better. You laugh more, you know. So I would say, hunting with friends and family is probably the best, and over hunting by yourself. Well, that's all I got for today.
Just come on down to the hollers and the hills. We're living